YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Banished Strategies and Tactics, episode 49, and it is with a heavy heart that I say that this will be our very last of the normal strategy and tactics videos for Banished. Yes, we are going to be bidding our fair city of Ficklewood a sad farewell today, but not before we clean up some odds and ends here. Off screen, I have retooled all of our trading posts for what's the word I'm going for? To focus more on obtaining stone, because we are in a dire shortage of that, and we still have a whole bunch of stuff unbuilt. And we're also going to be using up more stone as we fill in little nooks and crannies, most likely with cemeteries. So that is what is on the docket today. Now, for those of you who are still craving more goodness from me from Banished, and for also those of you who are wondering why someone who's been fussing about nice tight right angles and clean corners is doing something as silly as stopping at episode 49, there will be an episode 50. It will be a special episode. It will be very much different than your average Banished episode. It will also require me to dive into editing software and utilities and stuff that I am not used to. So it may take me a little bit of time to get it produced and out there, but it will be coming. There will be a proper finale to see Banished off into the sunset. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, for those of you who are also wanting more city building goodness, I am starting up a Tropico 5 game. Not sure what Tropico 5 is? Well, it's if you like Banished, you'll like Tropico 5. It's a city builder set on a fictional Caribbean nation. The game involves you taking an island from the colonial eras through to modern times, and all the trials and tribulations that go with ruling a small Caribbean nation. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We already have a couple videos up for that, but that will be where a large amount of my focus will be going once Banished is complete here. Okay, so let's focus on the tasks at hand. So we still have a stretch of land right here, and ultimately I do want to put houses there. But I still need to wait for these houses to get built. I mean, we've got plenty of builders. We're just waiting for them to get the materials carted off there. Because I am spending that stone as quickly as I can make it, by the looks of things. So while we wait for more stuff to come in, what's this guy got for us? Seeds, go away. You'd think word would get out that we've got all the seeds. We've had it for years. Years and years. So we're getting our little expansion here. This is going to ensure that our... and we've got some iron here. Well, I might as well grab the freestanding iron. Waste not, want not. And we're using up that iron just as aggressively as we are some of the other materials here, so might as well strip the land bare of it. Okay, so speaking of nooks and crannies, this is a nice big patch right here, a big enough patch that I think it would warrant a pasture. Because when you have this much land, you're not going to waste that on a cemetery. I mean, come on. 18 by 20, good enough for me. Let's get another one here. 18 by 20. Yeah, it encroaches a little bit, but still worth it. And, oh yes, teachers. We got more schools coming up. And yeah, these should go up pretty quickly because I am not bottlenecked by wood, and they're going to be chopping down a sizable amount of the wood anyway. So that shouldn't be a problem. and getting those cleared and those fence posts going. We are certainly exhausting our supply of ale to send to the merchants, which is exactly the whole point of our economy, is to get those. What do we have here? Oh, died in childbirth. Alright. I'm just checking some of our boats here to see if anyone has copious amounts of stuff for us that we have iron. No. Yeah, no. Seeds, go away. Alright, so and yeah, what do you got here? Coal and iron. Yeah. Alright, you know, I'm not gonna bother myself checking the boats. I've got everything set up for auto trade. And at this point, everyone should have. Oh, my quarry is finally finished here, so we can get 15 people going in there. Just to get a slow trickle of stone going, and since we have all that excess population, we can afford to stick 15 whole people into that location without any real ill effects on our labor pool. All right. Oh, and we this area still down here is still in need of development. Well, you know what? I don't want to slap down more stuff that is going to consume resources to build. So what I am going to do is throw down some crop fields here. They may not necessarily be the most ideal, but at this stage of the game, most ideal is not something that I am really going for. And we got a whole strip of land here. All right, you know what? I think it's time for some cemeteries, because I am starting to get my stone recovering in here. And with all these deaths going on here, especially with the deaths in childbirth. Doing 9x9 here. Cemetery here. Honor all of the fallen traders and what have you that have given their life. Oh, you know what? You know what's a good place for a cemetery? Oh, well, that encroaches in the thing, but this is where that tornado touched down. So, you know what? A little memorial cemetery right here. It's a little bit late. I imagine they've probably decomposed at this point, but okay, so what are we planting here? Well, let's do some of the slower crops. Got pumpkins. Let's do a thing of squash. Do a thing of potatoes. And a thing of cabbage. And get a few more farmers in here to back that up. Excellent, excellent. All right. Now let's see what other nooks and crannies. Oh yes, our first mega pasture is done. Now let me take a look at my resources here from my town hall, just to see where my balance between leather and wool is for warm coat. All right, so we need leather. We need leather. So this is all going to be cows, because we need honey bunches of leather. We need cattle. No buts about it. Cattle. Give me the cows. And we gotta find some bigger cow pastures. Actually, if someone randomly decides to show up and sells me cattle, I would be a very happy person. Well, they're selling beef. That's post-processing cattle, but not so good with the pre-process. All right. Well, let me just find my cattle ranches. Split you off. can't split them off because that is too small. Split you guys off. There we go. We'll take a small hit to our cattle production. 8 of 10. Oh, you're still recovering from the last time I split you. Oh, and we gotta get more herdsmen in there, of course. Can't forget that. 9 of 9. Yeah, split those cows. Pretty much anything to seed these up there pretty quickly will be a good thing. Alright, my stone is officially recovering, so we should get a wave of construction. Oh yeah, look at that. Woomph! Wabam! When Ficklewood wants to build something, they know how to build. Alright, well, now we don't need to worry about that, so let's get the rest of our housing block in here. Yeah, we can do 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, and whoa, 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 whoa. Something is running game. Well, alright, so I'm at 50,000 food, which the game is declaring is low. But in the grand scheme of things, I actually haven't been dipping around the low point, or the 50,000 mark, for, well, much at all. So technically speaking, yeah, that would be considered low for by my standards here. And, I mean, and we have our final set of nomads. Oh boy. 188 nomads. Well, we just built a whole bunch of houses, and we are building a whole bunch more. And yeah, let's do it. Let's let them in. Because why not? Who wants to finish with a boring, safe victory? No, no, no. We are going to be playing this by ear all the way to the very end. Alright, homeless! Whoa! Well, since we have that many homes, and we are still building more homes, your supply of food is low. Yes, it is. Let's, alright, well, I was going to do nooks and crannies with our, cemeteries, but it looks like, and I very well may yet do nooks and crannies with the cemeteries if I screw this up badly enough. Let me get rid of that, because I want to do these too deep. Like so. Get ourselves a road. But yeah, we're just going to be building honey bunches of houses here. Bah. Bah, I say. Bah. Okay. So that takes care of that. That looks like it wants to be an orchard of some sort. Sure, why not? Let's see, where else can I stick random houses? Nope. Right there, and right there. And right there. And don't worry, guys, we'll get you housed. We will get you housed. Whoa, getting you fed, on the other hand, might be a different matter. Ooh, we might be going out with a bang here. Let me, oh boy. Okay, probably a bad thing that I did that. Okay, well, let's change gears here and go mass bean crop, because that's probably what's going to save us, if anything. Is lots and lots of food. There we go. Crop field. Crop field. crop fields. Oh, and all of these things need storage barns. How could I forget the storage barns? That way all the cow products are good. Oh, and we have a little alcove over here. This looks like it wants to be more food. Or rather, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be more food. Because I don't think we've had our food dip quite this low in all the thing, and well, yeah. Oh, for Pete's sake. Let's try that again. Come on, you know why you know? Yeah, that's not the game. I'm watching you, game. Ah, there we go. Okay. Let's try that again. That's better. Alright, so that will give us access to this area right here, which is going to be a whole bunch of more fields. Because maybe a fishing? Nah, that's too narrow of a stream, too little water coverage to call that a thing. Oh, but you know what is going to be a good fishing spot? Right here. Waboom. Yeah, it kind of competes with that one a little bit, but And can I squeeze in the all-important storage barn here? Maybe here? Oop, yes I can! Perfect! Phew! Okay. Alright, let's kick that simulation back up there. Next few things, well, it is late summer, so our food is going to be ramping all the way back up as people start harvesting. But it's still a little unsettling to see it dip quite that low, and I did just invite 188 nomads into my fair city. So yeah, it's understandable that there's a few more hungry mouths to be fed. Just a few. Oh, hey, and my mines are done. So let's put our excess population to work. And our fields here are done. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you grow them, the more you don't starve to death. Alright, one is iron, one is coal. The other sticks to you and one of them bounces off. I don't know which one is which. I probably could feed some of my... Oh, an orchard! Okay, as long as it's not one of my mega orchards. Whoa, and a plague! Influenza! Well, that should thin out the population pretty well. Well, let's crank it up and see what happens. I should have enough medical facilities to handle this, but in saying that, any number of other dooms and glooms could be befalling Ficklewood. I'm just going to keep an eye on that. I'm not going to stare at all the individual sickos. No, instead I am going to be focusing on growing more food. Are. Good. And good old-fashioned 15 by 15. Not necessarily the most optimal, but for the space... Oh yeah, this is the annoying mountain that doesn't let me have my roads. And you are nice and big. Oh, we'll let you be cherries. Yeah, pretty much any orchards at this point are going to be devoted to alcohol producing, because alcohol can then be traded for more food, and much more food than just eating that raw. Alright, you guys are going to be beans, or corn rather, wheat. So the food is low. Alright, well it dipped back up and then back down, so that's a good thing. So it bounces up by about 20 to 30,000 every autumn. Let me just check my trades real quick, just to make sure I'm not sitting on any, nope, go away, on any spare food that I have not auto-traded for. Yeah, see, here we are. So before you go away, I want you buying this stuff, wheat and cabbage. And you know what, while you're at it, oh, well, that's 4,000. What do we have here? Oh, well, see, you're trading for beans, but that's just a one-for-one deal. How's you keeping up? 5 patients, you're keeping up. And our first death from influenza. Still, it is not going quite as rapidly as it could be, so knock on wood, that is a good thing. Alright, our food's back up to 60, so I don't think we are necessarily in imminent danger of mass starvation, but I do not regret building all those fields. Not in the least. Better safe than sorry. You know what? Our happiness is lower, and I think our we need some chapels. We need some chapels. Let's see if we can't get Ficklewood at least into 4.5 stars of happiness. That being said, in the let's find nooks and crannies to cram things into episode, and he wants to build a chapel. There. We can actually fit a couple of chapels here. Who needs food? We got religion. That's always been a good substitute, right? Alright, the plague is starting to spread out a little bit more, but our herbs are getting a little bit low. You know what I might end up doing is replacing, yeah, see, with that woodcutting hub, we don't actually need woodcutters locally at these forests now. So we can order these woodcutting huts, especially since we have a butt ton of wood here, to be removed, and that will make way for orchard, plum, frammers, and that will make way for 2 question marks. Who are, oh, the woodcutters. That'll make way for 2 herbalist huts, which will help bounce my herb stockpile back. What do you guys got here? Wow, that's a lot of corn. You know what? I'm going to have you stop stockpiling this corn. And these beans, too, especially if you're trading for them. Might as well release them to my stock supply so, you know, people can eat them. There we go. Our tools are still holding steady. I think with all that iron and coal that we're mining up, we should be able to keep our tool situation in a stable form without having to necessarily dive back into trading. So I really want to use my trading power to pick up, at least at the moment, more stone, and then in the long run, more food. because that's what's going to sustain us. Aha! Alright, we have our bridge here. So what are we going to do with this bridge? Or rather, what are we going to do? This is like the final level of Ficklewood. This little cleft right here. So what are we going to do with it? Well, this area looks prime for a ranch, so let's do that. Or a pasture, rather. Pasture cannot be placed due to annoying road. What? Game. I didn't want to go around in a bizarro form. I wanted you to be a straight road. Thank you. Okay, good enough. And we will tell them to scoop up the remainder of that iron. And if we make a nice little road up along the side here, like, oh, say, well, not there, but up this way, that gives us plenty of... Now, is this... Ooh. Is this 15? No, it's not 15. About to say, if I could make this 15, it would be good orchard spam. But you know what? We're just going to make more pastures here. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a storage hut right here. And we will... And I think I'm going to make that shikons, because I need more pure food. We're doing fine with the coats for now. If it gets too low, I'll tell my trading post to stop trading them. But otherwise, they should be fine. Can we squeeze anything meaningful here? And actually, speaking of squeezing and meaningful, can I just squeeze in a... I can squeeze in a little fishing dock here. Alright, you know what? Darn it, that's what's going right here. A fishing dock. A little stream fishing dock where they spend all day catching sunnies. It probably won't be the most productive of my facilities, but you know what? I'm going to take what I can get. And what I'm going to get is another little road spasm here. $15 by 4? Ah. 15 by 4? Yes. Huzzah. The fun has been doubled. Well, the plague is starting to work its way downwards a little bit, just a little bit. I'm not holding out for a one and done like I saw the other time, but all right. All right, we'll do some 9 by 11s here. I'll make this one 9 by 12 just because of the way the road is shaped. And you guys are going to be apples. All right. What other nooks and or crannies do we have to fill here? Oh, we got some space here. How are these chapels doing? In terms of... Oh yeah, let's get some clerics. 0 members, 1 members. Okay, we don't need to spam that many more chapels. Sheesh, the influenza's starting to kill people proper now. We can put something here. I think that says crop field to me. That sounds good to me. Oh yeah, that's rocky land. Alright. Oh yeah, and those places that I replaced with those woodcutters, I need to build in some herbalists in their empty spots. Like right here. Because that was the whole reason I cut out those woodcutters. Yeah, so I'm going to go on record and say that the woodcutter market here, this thing right here, is a great way to get your lumber needs going if you've got the manpower. This is a case where you want the 16 out of 16 market vendors because you want them fetching wood like crazy to keep this whole area supplied. But as long as the logs are sitting here, these woodcutters are not lacking for things to do, and our fuel, our firewood, is not really a problem at the moment. So yeah, do that, and then for all of your crossroads builds here, do it with the herbalists. I'd still make your very, very first crossroads a woodcutter, just because you're not really in a position to be farting around with with herbalists in the extremely early game. But as time goes on and your ability to let's assign 2 herbalists right there. Yeesh, many deaths. Oops, and I closed my info panel. There we go. And get these crop fields going. Oh, peppers are fine. Only need 1 person on that. And beans are fine. Only need 1 person. Farmer. Good. Ah, yes, our pasture. More cattle. With the herdsman. In the pasture with the candlestick. Those are Schmeepingtons. I need Mooingtons. There you are. Alright, though these places are pretty darn close to being max, and as soon as this finishes its build here... Wow, is this really the only thing that's left under construction? Alright, and we are going to make this Shikons. And we're going to be splitting off all kinds of chicken pastures to populate it. There we are, perfect. Okay, so, and gotta get that cleric in there. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the very last structure built in Ficklewood. This chicken pasture. Okay, so before we all depart here, I just want to thank you all once again for sticking with me for this whole time. I think it's safe to say that Ficklewood is a healthy and vibrant town, and despite all of these food store is low shenanigans, I think we are able to keep up with those migrants that showed up here, both by trade and by our own production. So I do not see Ficklewood spiraling into death, especially if I remember to actually fill these fields with crops proper. Corn, wheat, and cabbage. Farmers. Many farmers. Alright, let me just do one more scan across Ficklewood to see if I have missed anything or if there are any egregious and gaping placements for things that I may or may not have missed. But I think that is everything. Yep, that's everything. Alright, so in late winter. Oh well, you know what? Let's just let the time roll over. Since I'm being all even and all that. Might as well let it push itself over one more year. Come on. Oh, cold snap! Okay, cold snap, early spring. So, 63 years we have been mayor of Ficklewood. You know what? I think that's good time to retire. We will hand the reins off to somebody else. So, if you enjoyed this video, take a look at the seed, or take a look at the description. There you will find the seed used for this map, right here. Isn't that lovely? I think it's lovely. And also, I will be putting the saved file for Ficklewood available for download. So if you want to grab Ficklewood yourself and see what you can do with it, be my guest. There also, now I know you guys are going to be clamoring for statistics, so let me not disappoint you here. I am going to review the statistics in my grand finale. But let's take a look at our overview here. So, 63 years, 355 homes, 410 families, 1,121 citizens, educated, clothed, and hey, we got that half star. We got that half star. Woo! Let's take a look at our production here. We are still producing less than we used, but I don't think that accommodates trade, so we are good there. We are brewing in the last 5 years, quite a bit of alcohol there. And we are good here. You know what I'm going to do? I am not with this video, but with our finale. I am going to be basically taking stock of all of our stuff, including all of the graphs, set to a time range of 100 years since our town has lived for longer than the 50, but basically all the graphs of all the types and all that, so you can see numerically how Ficklewood has done. So stay tuned for all of that in the finale. So that being said, I am going to bid you guys a farewell here. I hope you enjoyed this series. I have a number of other series on my channel. Right now I am going into Tropico 5, but also keep your eyes peeled for some one-off stuff. There's some other strategy and or tactical games that I'm getting myself into. So check out my channel at, well, you know where it is because you're here. You can also follow me on Twitter at Pinstar. I also want to announce that I am now streaming. I am streaming on my personal channel, that is Twitch TV/Pinstar. And I'm aiming to stream once a week for 2 hours, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will announce on Twitter which day of the week I will be going on. I'm going to be aiming for Thursdays, but I have not quite gotten the rhythm going yet, so as to make that a regular thing. But you can keep your eyes peeled for my next stream of Tropico 5 at on this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed your time with me here and our time with Ficklewood. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, maybe not necessarily of Banished, maybe not necessarily of Ficklewood, but more more videos just like it in spirit. Hit that subscribe button, leave me a like, and by all means leave me a comment. Your feedback is always welcomed, and of course stay tuned for the grand finale. I've got something really special planned. I think you guys are going to like it. And let's not forget these fishermen. So, until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. Have a good one, everybody.